Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you today to our personal and social lesson session for this week. And we're going to look at feelings for the next 3 weeks, I believe so, until the end of the term. Because feelings are a very important part of our makeup as human beings. So we have a body, okay, the biological existence. We have a soul, and we have actually a spirit in us. Just like that, we are, people who have intellect, people who have a will, and people who have feelings. So it's only when all three things work okay that we are okay. No one's happy when their body physically hurts. When hit your finger with a hammer, you don't feel great, do you? All right. So it's the combination of all these three things that actually make us feel well. Okay. A really fulfilled life is when all three parts of who we are actually work harmoniously, perfectly together. So today we're going to talk about feelings, and feelings are extremely important because every human being has an intellect, a will, and we have feelings. I would like to read to you a book, and after I've read the book, I would like you to go through these questions, and you do not have to write a thesis on that, but I would really appreciate it if you just took some time and you actually answered those questions for yourselves. And then once you've answered those questions, I would really encourage you to take this quiz. Okay, there's only about 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 questions, right? That that really drive you to think a bit more deeper about feelings. All right. So, without any further ado, allow me to start reading to you the book that's called The Big Book of Feelings. I'll try to show you some of the illustrations as well. How do you feel today? How do you think these children are feeling? It isn't always easy to tell. What makes you happy? Perhaps cuddling your pet or reading your favorite book? Some people just seem born happier than others. And it can be enough for the sun to be shining to make you feel very happy. A rainy day can make you sad, but that's a small sadness. Someone forgetting it's your birthday is a bigger one. But when someone you love dies, the sadness feels so big it covers all your life, like the biggest rain cloud ever. What makes you feel excited? We can get very excited just about going on an outing. But some people do really exciting things like jumping out of planes or climbing high mountains. What's the most exciting thing you've ever done? When there's nothing exciting going on, you can feel bored. Grown-ups hate it when you say, I'm bored. Maybe because they never have time to be bored. Something you think is boring might turn out to be interesting, even exciting, if you give it a try. How does a bird fly? Who invented bedtime? Please, miss, why? What is in Mum's bag? Where do babies come from? Why do we need them? What is sand made of? How does a caterpillar turn into a butterfly? How does the internet work? Who cares? What are you interested in? What makes you angry? Little things like stubbing your toe, or when parents and teachers are being unfair. A horrible hot feeling bubbles up inside you and you want to shout at someone or throw things. Often we take out our angry feelings on people or things just because they are there. What can you do when you feel angry? instead of hurting other people. Do an angry dance, draw an angry picture, stamp, shout, go for a walk, count to 10. Punch an angry cushion. Sometimes feeling angry can be good. Some things would make anyone upset. Being ignored by your friends, being bullied, or losing someone you love. You'd have to be a robot not to be upset by things like these. But some people find it upsetting to move houses or go to a new school, while others see those times as exciting. What do you do to calm down after you've been upset? Some people feel calm when they are near water because of the soothing sound. Whatever makes you feel calm and peaceful might be a good thing to think about when you feel upset. Sometimes you just feel in a silly mood. You might want to do or say or be something very silly. Even grown-ups get this feeling sometimes. Everyone feels lonely sometimes. Maybe it's because you feel you haven't got any friends, or you think you are different from everyone else in the world. Sometimes you can feel very lonely, even in the middle of a crowd of people, especially if you have just arrived to live in a new country. The best way to make friends is to be friendly yourself. You never know. Maybe other people are feeling lonely too. What scares you? People can be scared of all sorts of things. Spiders, heights, dogs, saying their name out loud, the dark, snakes, the number 13. Some people are even scared of knees. But mostly we are scared because we're afraid someone or something will hurt us, or someone close to us. What makes you feel safe and not scared at all? Perhaps being indoors in the warm when it's dark and cold outside, snuggling under the covers at bedtime, having someone to look after you that you trust. Have you ever felt really embarrassed? We all have embarrassing moments that make us want to hide when we think of them. Maybe one of your parents has embarrassed you in public. Nobody likes being made to look a fool in front of other people, but it happens to all of us. Some people don't seem to mind, though. They never feel embarrassed. Are you a shy person? Most people feel shy sometimes, but some of us feel shy all the time. If you don't like meeting new people, or don't like saying anything in a big group, or if you hide behind your hair or a book, you are probably a shy person. Other people seem really confident all the time, but you can bet some of them are feeling really shy inside. What sort of things do you worry about? Grown-ups worry about big things like money, and if your parents argue in front of you, that can be worrying for you too. What do you do when you feel worried? The best thing to do is tell someone how you are feeling. There's a Swedish proverb that says, worry often gives a small thing a big shadow. But there is no one you can tell. You can write down everything you are worried about. Jealousy is a really horrible feeling. It can come when you think a person likes someone else more than they like you. You might feel jealous of a brother or a sister. You can even feel jealous of a friend. It's one of the hardest feelings to get rid of, but it's good to learn not to be jealous if you can. Some people call jealousy the green-eyed monster. Perhaps you can think of ways to destroy the monster of feeling jealous. Do you remember what it was like before you could stand or walk? Probably not. But when babies and small children are learning to do something, they just keep on trying until they get it right. You want that shiny object that's just out of reach, so you stretch tall to get it. But isn't it a satisfying feeling when you do manage to complete a task or get the thing you wanted? Some people think that feelings are private and shouldn't be talked about. Others say it's good to let people know how you feel. Then maybe something can be done to help you feel better when you feel bad. There are lots more ways of feeling than in this book. See how many you can think of. And you can feel lots of different things at the same time, or lots of different ways in one day. And that's the book, The the great big book of feelings. Feelings are important. So a lot of the time people think, I rather think through things, and that's good. There are instances where we should listen to our intellect. Sometimes people say, I've got a tremendous will. I will plow through this, and probably sometimes that's what it takes, just hard work. Sometimes people say feelings, and they are driven by feelings. But every time we actually try to choose one over the others, and go at everything in life by intellect, will, or feelings, we don't enjoy the outcomes. That's why I think the first thing I would like for you to take from our conversation today, and listening to the book and thinking about these things, is actually we need to balance all these things: intellect, will, and feelings. But feelings are far more uncontrollable than the other things in our lives. They just come sometimes. They just whack, burst through the door without being invited, and it's hard to control them. I just want to remind you that feelings are actually very important. They are very important. And I hope that over the next 3 weeks, we will get to explore feelings a bit more. So what I would like you to do is maybe watch the bit where I'm reading the book, and answer those questions. And then excuse me, I would encourage you to actually complete the feelings postbox quiz. All right. And next week, we're going to look at another topic that deals with our feelings. Until then, I hope you do feel all right, and I hope you have an enjoyable day today. I'll see you soon again. Bye-bye for now from me.